I am so happy to be back in New York City. I love traveling this summer. However, Miami prepared me. It let me know that I have to be a better human because I'm not gonna make it in hell. And it is as hot as hell there. So I'm gonna start to do all of these good deeds because I'm not heading back there. Hi, my name is Izzy, and I am an average rich housewife. An average rich housewife is a housewife, obviously, but we're average rich. We're not quite as wealthy as J-Lo and Jay-Z, but not quite living in the boroughs. I'm gonna let you into my world. The friends, the chaos.
Can I have a really dirty Grey Goose martini?
The restaurants, the fashion, all of it. You're going to see the inside world of an actual Manhattan housewife. I got back to New York City after my summer in Miami, Mexico, Guatemala, via. I can't say it. The words like they don't come out of my mouth. Amtrak. I took the fucking Amtrak. I put my car on the auto train and we drove halfway and took the Amtrak halfway. We took the train because I'm still into having my kids have this like all-American experience. Like I want them to have somewhat of a normal childhood considering everything else is handed to them. Granted, the train was built in 1927 and the electricity and Wi-Fi hasn't been updated since then, and there wasn't even Wi-Fi back then. Was there Wi-Fi in the 20s? I don't know, so old. And the train was old and it was fine. It was fine, we survived, but it was like camping on the rails. The transition from toxic summer to New York City housewife has been interesting. I couldn't change my husband, so I changed my hair. That's for starters. As you can see, I went dark like my soul. We are ready for, what do they call it? Horror Halloween? No. It's Skinny Girl Summer and Halloween Horror October. Skinny Girl Summer to Halloween. Max is still skinny. Hunting Horror Halloween. That's where we are. So this year is a little tough because, so one of my roommates was diagnosed with dyslexia. And I don't really go into a lot of serious stuff here, but I think we should take a minute and be serious. He was diagnosed with dyslexia last year, and so I had to switch schools, and I was going to a different school, so the boys are in completely different universes, and I am stuck with 2 sets of private school parents, as if one wasn't enough. 2 sets of Manhattan Jewish private school parents. Anyhow, so I have to go to 2 sets of different things, so it's been interesting. My transition has been interesting coming back to New York. With the school aspect, I still don't really have any mom friends. That's okay. I have a few dad friends. And that is the main focus for returning to New York City, dealing with his issue. Other than that, my family, my chosen family, Auntie Jane, Uncle Maurice, and Phoebe are here, and we are back on the streets. The streets are still calling our names, just a different set of streets. And I'm trying to keep my toxicity to a minimal. We got a new pet. We got a few new pets. We got 2 hamsters and a snake, and 1 hamster happened to die. What happened exactly was the hamster bit the sugar daddy upon arrival in my house, and he died 48 hours later. So I'm pretty sure the sugar daddy killed him with his toxic blood. However, I'm all for it because I didn't want this many pets anyway. And then we have a snake, another snake. So now we have 2 snakes. And only 1 hamster is alive, and the second hamster that happened to live is an extra toxic hamster. Her name is Jammy or Hammy or fuck your hand, who knows. But she is super toxic and she like buries herself in her crate, so she's on brand for this house. Now that I'm back, the roommates are in school. I have put my podcast back on. I am back to doing Shabbat dinners at home, family dinners, and I got more of a routine going, which I wasn't able to get in the summer because I was kind of all over the place and trashed all the time. This is coffee, by the way. No vodka in it. And I can't believe I just used the word trash. That's so white trash of me. I was intoxicated all the time. I had a glow up. I changed my hair. I did a bunch of work because I needed some post-summer, like return to New York work. These bitches in New York do not play. If I want to be invited to like the it parties, which I haven't been invited to, but if I want to one day, I need to like, I had to glow it up. And that's where we are. We've been partying a lot, going out to dinner, a lot of roommate stuff, doing the whole mom thing. It's cute.
So I'm going to pick up the average rich housewife from her eye circumcision because the sugar daddy does not believe in pickups for elective surgeries.
I had a little procedure.
Just a little procedure.
Just a little slingers. Do you mind being on my YouTube show?
No.
Some of my post-summer goals are still to lose weight. They are to only drink martinis in proper glasses with 3 olives, to keep my Manny full-time, drink lots of martinis full-time, very dirty ones, keep my roommates in as many after-school programs as possible. No. Honestly, guys, if you ever wanted a birth control episode, this is it. This is the fucking birth control episode. This is like plan B. This is plan B. This is what's happening when you try to do anything and have roommates. Yeah, those are some of my post-summer goals. I don't know if any of that made sense, but my life just doesn't make sense in general. So I'd like to keep a routine, a really like, you know, strict one. And I want to get back into like the New York City groove. Like, I like New York. I want to be invited to some parties. Maybe the moms will invite me out for a dinner. I had a really toxic summer, as you guys saw in my last 2 episodes. I don't know if I was closing out my mom's situation or if I was opening up a new lifestyle, but I went from Manhattan housewife to a Bad Bunny super fan. I don't know what happened. It was super toxic. And you know what? Let me tell you, I'm going to continue to be a toxic Latina, just the New York version. Dark hair, maybe a little bit more covered up, but I'm going to continue to just be fun. I have no interest in like being one of these wet sock Manhattan housewives that drink tea and go to these like fundraisers. I don't need to go to fundraisers. Let me write you a fucking check and don't invite me.
So tell us where we are.
We're in Little Italy at the Santero Feast.
The feast. What is the feast?
The feast is like this New York celebration that happens every year where everybody comes from the bridge and tunnel to visit New York City. So we're sitting next to these lovely guys from Westchester's Tunnel who know people apparently. I told them I know people as well, American and Express. And I want something with white sauce. Cream sauce. You have me.
You have me. I'm offended. Am I not white enough and creamy enough for you?
I'm so happy Izzy is back.
I am so happy Izzy is back.
Am I glad Izzy's back? Oh God, I mean, no interventions. The summer was quiet. I felt good about myself. I wasn't told I look awful. No, I'm so glad she's back. I've missed her.
She's my partner in crime. What do I even do when she's gone? I mean, I guess she just sends me to wherever she's at, but so maybe there's really no difference of her being back.
Who are you? I'm Sean. I'm Izzy's Manny. I've been working with her, Simon and Max, and the Sugar Daddy for probably around, just we're closing in on a year. Oh, I'm so glad they're back. They're so much fun to be around. I mean, it's like a family. It's such a vibe. They're great.
What's happened since Izzy's come back to New York? Let's see. No more trips to the emergency room so I can sleep soundly at night.
Right. All I have to say. I really had to pee. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh, nothing because life is so boring without her. Oh, things happen when she's here. I miss her.
So I've just been really focused on work. I think those are my current goals. Yeah, they're all work related.
I want to point out that Maurice might be the coolest outfit I've ever seen him in the history of our friendship.
It's just, you know, maybe because your eyes just got done. You couldn't always see as well as
No,
you
I
can
can
today.
see.
But I've always been a fashionable gay.
You have never.
Just because your eyes got circumcised, all of a sudden you can see my fashion.
Done with him.
Max tells me that my fashion is terrible. Simon tells me that I could lose some weight. I mean, I'm the only one that's not toxic, so I don't have any toxic goals. My only toxic goals are to keep these other toxic girls in line because their toxicity is dangerous and contagious and it has to be stopped.
So you're trying to do good for the world.
Yes, you could say that. It's good for the world. I'm doing good for the world. It's hard to keep track of all the trips that we go on, but I know that Izzy probably has them all in my calendar at least 5 times with 10 reminders, so I'll wake up on that day and know that I need to pack.
Izzy has my location. She has everyone's location. She's like the keeper of locations. It just sort of suits her.
Simon told me that jaguars are very dangerous, that they would never attack him, but Uncle Maurice has a lot of meat, so he's definitely gonna get eaten. And then Simon tells me we're going on a ride on Coney Island, and he said, "Oh, Uncle Maurice, I'm gonna go with Phoebe on this one because you're a little heavy for this one."
Spent the day with my favorites at Coney Island. Hey, favorites.
Phoebe, do you see that? Do you see that one spinning around?
So I'm feeling good about myself now that Izzy and the kids are back.
A lot has happened. We just jumped back into where we left off before she left. We've been going out, we've been running around the city. It's almost like she never left.
Today, I'm a ninja.
Okay, anything else you want to tell us about your return to New York?
Yeah,
What, tell us.
then I'm f***ing less people off.
Why are you fucking less people off?
Because I don't have 2 middle fingers.
Thank you.
Oh, this is Slip, and then this is my payphone.
Where did you get these?
Got Slip a couple, like when I was 5. And I just got him a couple days ago.
I am actually headed to next. Being as how I'm in my Bad Bunny phase, I felt it only fitting to go to the home of my soulmate. I mean, I think it took me 42 years, sorry sugar daddy, but I found him. He might be the only person on this earth at this moment that is more toxic than me with his music, because I just listen to every song and it's literally about me. So after that, I'm going to see Bad Bunny in concert in Mexico. And then we've got some Bahamas going on in there. I'm sure I'll go back and forth to Miami a lot. And that's as far as I know. Lots of Miami, lots of Mexico, and sounded like what kind of men do you want inside of you? None of them. I'm not into Latin men. I'm into wealthy, short, Jewish ones.